Peace, peace, peace. You did what? You seen what on mushrooms? Oh, I could do that without mushrooms. You went through what on ayahuasca? I could do that without ayahuasca. Oh yeah. I mean, I did that before. I didn't need any cactus though. You ever heard that before? Having conversations, you know what I'm saying? What we would call psychonaut conversations. And then it's always that person that's letting you know that they can do that without the mushrooms, without the DMT. Let's talk about that a little bit. So, I'm Sincere Seven, and I represent the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, as well as the House of Genesis. And this is a passion of mine because with all of the years that I have experience with entheogens and with ayahuasca and with mushrooms and with bufo and with iboga and with cactus and chaga and all of these different things from Miami. Yes, I miss Florida, man. With all of that, I started off before I ever had a mushroom, before I ever had a sip of ayahuasca, before I ever had a psychedelic substance. I was meditating and transcending in those meditations. And so when I hear people say that in the middle of entheogenic discussions, I get quite comfortable. And not only comfortable, but a bit, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, a bit competitive, right? I'm a person who's been known to bully the bullies, right? So in my mind, when everybody's around and we're talking about entheogens, we're talking about psychedelics, we're talking about the experiences that we're having, and somebody chooses to say, well, I can do that without mushrooms, or I can do that without, or I've, like, right? And my first question is, have you ever used these substances they're talking about? Let me tell you why that's my first question. Because as I learned as a youth, there's a lot of people who miss this jewel. Know before whom you stand and adjust yourself accordingly. There is nothing fearful about that. You'll hear these people, well, that's just who I am, and I'm going to be who I am everywhere I go, and they just going to have to, yeah, that's not a wise person. Because apparently they've never heard, know before whom you stand, and adjust yourself accordingly. Anybody who wants to just be whoever they is, anywhere they're at, they're not a wise person and they're not successful. Anyone who does the knowledge to who they're talking to before they talk is going to be successful. So my question, going back to it, is: Have you done what is that? You say ayahuasca or mushroom? Yeah, what that? Yeah, you done that? No? Okay, got you. Now on the meditation thing, yeah, me too. Yeah, like I meditate. You know what I'm saying? You transcend? Oh, not yet. Okay, not yet. Okay, and then some people. Oh, you okay? Cool. So now let's discuss it. Because now I have the upper hand. Why? Because I've done both. I've done both. And whoever I'm talking to usually doesn't have the amount of time. See, in human design, I got that 1-3. So I'm an investigative martyr. So that's one thing about me. When people who know me, like when they hear me talking this and that, they don't doubt what I'm saying because they know I went and got this information myself. This wasn't something that was given to me or somebody, like when it is, I usually say, oh, I was taught this. Like, but I go get the information. Like I investigate it. I will be the guinea pig, the martyr, right? And so I've done both. I've spent time in the meditation and the self-induced or non-substance induced non-entheogenic states. What are we talking about when we talk about non-entheogen-induced states? Well, that means that you're reaching an altered state of consciousness or altered state of perception, but you didn't use a substance. There was no mushrooms. There was no ayahuasca. There was no peyote. Well, how do you do that? Meditation, qigong, yoga, if you catch the flow. There's quite a few different practices, and this is not for avoidance purposes. Oh, I can meditate, so I don't need no mushrooms. Because when people say stuff like that, be it that I've done both, it's like I feel like you bringing that into a psychedelic conversation is you trying to push out that what they're doing is a waste of time, and you can do just as much or more off of your own power. Well, let me be very clear as an individual who's very familiar with both of these. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because I transcend in meditation. You want to know what I cannot do? Or at least I have not. Ooh, hold on, boy. See, I almost made myself vulnerable. So let me switch that up. Let me switch that up. I'm not going to say what a person can't do. All right? But you know what's usually not being done is holding that for 6 hours. Is the ability to maneuver through that. So when we go into these entheogenic realms, the first 7-gram trip that you take is most likely going to be what we might call chaotic or confusing. That's because it's your first time in these realms. Take 7 grams 10, 15 times. You will start to be familiar with how to navigate in these realms. No, not right now. You'll become familiar, with how to maneuver in these realms. And so this is where operating and working in those realms comes in at. You can go get healed on one trip. You know what I'm saying? Take 7 grams, PTSD, anxiety, all that, right? Or you can keep going back in, just like Dr. Strange. You can get your healing, or you can come in and practice and learn how to navigate within these realms. And so with meditation, when you transcend the ability to navigate, I've never witnessed that, because your consciousness is more or less left behind. It's more or less like you're a first person witness. It's more of you're witnessing these things, right? You're not in control of your consciousness is not able, or from where I've been when I transcend. This is one of the things when I teach meditation, when you first start to feel that vibratory of your soul shift and letting go of the physical so it can get out, don't move, don't focus on it. You have to, because if you do, it'll shake that, and you're now consciously starting to focus on it, and it'll take you out of that meditative transcendent state. You have to let it go. So with that being said, the ability to control is lacking. So I've never been able to do what I can do in the interdimensional realms off 7 grams mushrooms in a meditation. Nah. And even in yoga, these are not opening chambers that give you the ability to maneuver within them and bring out and put in and insert and do. No, it's more like a flow of energy is opened up and released. Boom. You transcend and you able to see. You in the yoga and you in the flow, and you go into the flow and you able to just flow through it, right? It's an altered state of consciousness or perception, but it's not controlled by the user. It's more in alignment with the experience that's going on. Not, oh, okay, the experience is going on, now let me control it. And so that's why I will say, like, yeah, you can achieve altered states of consciousness, altered states of perceptions, and all of these things without the use of substances. But the ability to maneuver and navigate, within those same realms is not going to be present like it is in the entheogenic realm. And even with that, it takes practice. It takes doing the works. If you're doing these things recreationally, you're not going to find that ability to navigate like that with precision. If you're doing lower doses, you're not going to find that ability to navigate. This is like literally 7 grams plus and going deep out to where now you are in a altered dimension, state of consciousness. How you, because your consciousness can touch down. Like when you go through altered state of consciousness, remember, like when you're conscious in this realm, you're up, you're walking around, you're talking to people, you are conscious of what's going on. When you alter or shift that consciousness, right, and you go to a different dimension, you can touch down in that dimension where now you are conscious of that dimension, walking, talking, looking, moving, just like you're conscious in this dimension. Yeah, that's what happens when you go on them higher doses. It gives you more gas for the spaceship. So you can go, instead of just being silent observer from above and seeing a situation, now you're actually in it. You're literally in a body, touch down, face to face with other entities, with talking, and it's quite fascinating. And I've never done that in meditation, in yoga, in qigong. So yeah, there are self-activating entheogens for sure. Can we maneuver in them the way we can in the entheogenic? That is yet to be seen by me. I don't know who out there has talent like that. Might be some of y'all out there. Now, when we talk about lucid dreaming, dream walking, astral traveling, we good. That's a little different, right? And so there you go. I guess that might be where a person might say, well, but even still, that dream realm, they are usually fixed. Okay? Whereas the interdimensional realm is variable. Fixed versus variable. Fixed, like there's one situation going on, right? Whereas when you are in the entheogenic realm and both hemispheres are working together and seeing these realities, if you will, seeing these, and you're in this is different still because of the brain waves that are at play, the brain chemistry, those different things. So the maneuvering and the ability for the symbolism in that to easily just switch to the next one and then switch to the next one, the fractal realm, and just all of these fascinating things that you walk through on the way to maybe this singular understanding. That right there that you get in that meditation might be one piece of the reality that is being given in the entheogenic expression and experience, if you will. So that's my take on that. So this and other fascinating subjects are the kind that you will hear about or learn in the curriculum, the psychedelic curriculum offered at the Spiritual Ascension University, www.spiritualascensionuniversity.com. Fascinating university with fascinating instructors on all types of subjects, be it astrology, herbs, chakras, spirit, I'm talking about, it's an awesome university that offers just some awesome classes, courses. So if you'd like to learn more about tapping in and learning deeper things, please visit www.spiritualascensionuniversity.com. I am not a paid advertiser, endorser, or anything like that. They don't even know that I'm speaking their name right now. Let me be very clear. I didn't get paid to say this shit. But I do teach there. So with that being said, it is a fascinating university with a beautiful curriculum that's offered for all types of things. So I invite you to tap in www.Spiritual Ascension University and learn things like this and more. No, not right now. So thank you for your time. I love y'all, and as always, tell somebody you love them in the language that they can what? Understand it in. Peace.